Purchases of merchandise demonstration. I've got a series of transactions here that are going to demonstrate the transactions that occur for merchandising business while purchasing inventory to resell. Number one says we purchased $500 worth of merchandise for cash. What we would do then is we would debit merchandise inventory. Remember, merchandise inventory is an asset account with debit of $500, and we would credit cash for $500 because it's purchased for cash. The second transaction, we purchased $4,000 of merchandise on account, terms N30. We would debit merchandise inventory to increase it, $4,000, and credit accounts payable to increase it by $4,000. Remember, the term N30 does not come into play until later, and actually net N30 is simply due in net of 30 days. Next transaction, paid for the merchandise purchased in number 2. Well, we're going to pay cash of $4,000, so we got to credit the cash account to reduce it, and we need to debit accounts payable to reduce that liability. Next, we purchased $2,000 of merchandise from its supplier on account, terms 315 and 45. Remember, 315 means 3% discount if paid within 15 days, and regardless, the amount is due 45 days. We debit merchandise inventory for $2,000, and we credit accounts payable $2,000. Transaction 5, we returned $100 worth of the merchandise purchased in number 4 because it was damaged. When we return merchandise, we debit accounts payable to reduce the liability, so we don't pay as much, for the product that we bought because we returned $100 worth of it, and we are going to credit $100 to merchandise inventory to reduce that account by the $100. 6 says paid for the merchandise purchased in 4 less the amount returned in 5, and it was paid within the discount period. So we have the discount to contend with. We're going to debit accounts payable for the full $1,900. Remember, the $1,900 is the $2,000 original payable minus the $100 we returned. So we only owe $1,900. So we need to debit the account payable for that full amount. The merchandise inventory is going to get credited for the discount amount of $57, essentially to recognize the fact that we paid $57 less for the inventory than we had originally debited that account for. So it actually had a cost of $1,843, and that's what we're writing our check for and crediting cash. To calculate the discount, we take the $2,000 minus the $100 return. That quantity, $1,900 times 3%, is equal to $57. $57 subtracted from the $1,900 account payable balance means that we paid cash of $1,843.